Morning students, today we are going to discuss the first chapter of physics, that is chapter 8, motion, from our 9th standard syllabus. The introduction of the chapter is very simple, that just look around you and how many things you can see in motion. Obviously we can say our eyes, that means pupil, fan, the vehicles outside the building, curtains, pages of the book. If I am changing my position, then all these things are moving or they are in motion. Even we can think of the motions which we are not able to visualize. For example, we are breathing. So air is continuously in motion. Inside our body, lots of biological activities are going on, and the solutions, the liquids are continuously in motion. So, how can we say that these objects are moving, they are in motion? The very first thing, the chapter's first important concept or the topic, that motion is a relative concept. Motion is not a process. It's a concept. That means it's a thought. What we can see, what we can feel. It is not absolute also. It means one object is in motion for me, may not be in motion for other person or the other object. Right now we all are on the earth. We are not able to feel that earth is continuously rotating or revolving. But if anyone is observing from the universe, they can say that earth is in constant motion. This thing we had observed whenever we are traveling, and if we are sitting in a train. If the another train passes from our train and we are at rest, our train is not moving. But still we can feel that our train is in motion, it is changing its position. Likewise, while we are sitting in the train or bus, we can feel that the object outside the bus or train, that is the pole or the trees or the building or the bridges, they are continuously passing, they are moving. But the persons who is outside the bus or train, they will say that all that things are at rest, they are not moving, they are fixed. But you are sitting in the bus or train, and that bus or train is continuously moving. So, both the persons are right at their position. The difference in the observation, it is because of their reference point. So, the question arises, what is reference point? If I am saying something is moving, my hand is moving, how can you say that this part is at rest and this part is in motion? So with reference to the board, if you are observing after 10 minutes, this portion is at the same point. After 30 minutes also, if you are observing, this shoulder is at that point only. But say any reference point, any reference line I draw from here, then my hand sometimes on this side, sometimes at the line, sometimes beyond the line. So with reference to that point, that line, my hand is continuously changing its position. So I can say that my hand is continuously changing the position with reference to this, and that's why it is in motion. Let us take one more simple example. This is our school. We are having one temple just 1 kilometer away from here, and my residence is 3 kilometers far from the temple. So if I am at temple, what I will say, that my residence from temple is 3 kilometers away from them. If I am in school, the temple is 1 kilometer away from here. So my answer will be, my residence is 4 kilometers away from here. Am I wrong? No. House is changing its position? No. It is there only. But the reference point, in first case it was temple, and in the second case it is the school. For understanding this, in our textbook one example is given, and we will take the help of the number line. On that number line we had written some numbers which shows the kilometers. I had assigned 4 positions, that is O, C, B and A. The object is starting its motion from 0 kilometer at origin O. From this reference point, now this becomes our reference point. The object is traveling from O to A. So O to A, that distance is 40 kilometer. So I can write that object has traveled, has moved from O to A, and that is 40 kilometer. Now, if the object goes like this till A and comes back on the same path till point B, how can I describe this? So for describing this, I have to write that O to A plus A to B is equals to OA was 40 and AB is 40 minus 20 is equals to 20. So 40 plus 20, that means the object has travelled 60 kilometers. Now over here, understand one more important concept, that we are talking about simple straight line one dimensional motion. So in that case, my reference point is O and object is moving from O to A to B. Now if someone is asking me that at this position, how far you are from the origin? This is what the actual path travelled by the object, that is 40 plus 20 equals to 60. But how far the object is from origin? So that answer, origin is at 0 kilometer and object is at 20 kilometers. So the answer will be, the object is 20 kilometer away from the origin. Still, let us discuss this further for more clarity, that this object is travelling till point C. So now the path will be O to A plus A to C. So O to A as usual 40, A to C, AC is equals to 40 minus 10 equals to 30 kilometer. It means object has gone for 40 kilometer and again travelled 30 kilometers in back direction. So I can say that actual path travelled by the object is 40 plus 30 is equals to 70 kilometer. Now, at this point of time, how much far the object is from origin? So right now the object is at the position of 10 kilometers. So it is 10 kilometers away from the origin. Now from this, two important quantities of physics we are defining. One is distance and another is displacement. What is the difference between them? In real life, we are using anyone in place of anyone. Matlab, we can use distance and displacement for any of the quantity. But scientifically, there is difference between two terms. Distance is the actual path travelled by the object. So, in our example, the numbers 40, then 60, then 70 is the distance travelled by the object. But displacement is the shortest path between initial and final point. Initial point, that is origin from where we have started, and shortest distance, the least distance between these 2 points. So when I am saying 40, O and A, my final and initial position, the points are the same. So in that case, distance is equals to the displacement. But when I am saying the distance travelled, actual path travelled is 60 kilometers. But the shortest distance between origin and final position, that is only 20 kilometers. So where distance is 60 kilometer, displacement is only 20 kilometer. Object was here and right now it is at this position, only that much change in position right now. Still further the object is travelling till point C. In that situation, the actual path travelled by the object is 70 kilometers. But if I am seeing from the origin, then once again from the origin it is just 10 kilometers away. The shortest path between final and initial position is only 10 kilometers. Let us think that till the object coming back to the O. So in that situation, distance travelled will be 40 plus 40 will be 80 kilometer. But what I can say about displacement? The object has returned to the same position. It means final and initial point is the same, and that means the distance travelled is 0. So, shortest path, distance, that is actual path. So, actual path is 80 kilometer, but the displacement is 0 kilometer. So in our in-text question, the first question is asked that is it possible that object is travelling some distance and still the displacement is 0? So answer is yes. When object is travelling on straight line and comes back to the original position, distance has been travelled, but displacement will be 0. And in case of the circular path, if the object is completing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, then distance has been travelled equal to the circumference of the circle, but the displacement will be 0. Let us understand that with few examples.